Todd, we can't.
Sure we can. All the guys are at the big game. We got the whole frat house to ourselves.
What about my sister?
Roxanne? She's probably leading the student body in a cheer at the game. Me, I'm interested in another student body. Yours.
Oh, someone's coming. Todd, I didn't see you at the game, and I was... Tiffany. What are you doing here? Me? Oh, I was
Your
just...
sister was helping me cram for an exam.
Oh, I just bet she was.
What? Wait, cut! What was that?
Oh,
what is this?
what's the matter now?
What, you're the matter. That's what's the matter. Okay. What's the problem? You wanna know what the problem is? What it always is. This one here. I work my tail off all day at a real job, then I come here to do one lousy scene, and this one blows it. I'm telling you, Randy, it's your last warning. Either this broad gets the scene right the way we do in rehearsal, or I'm walking.
My Cord. What a nice surprise. A far cry from my at-home days, isn't it? I must say, however, it does brighten these wretched surroundings to see your handsome face.
Gotta tell you, Elizabeth, I didn't come by here to brighten up your day. Fact is, I came by for some information. I want to know what you know about a woman who claims to be Mrs. Patrick London.
You're back. I was hoping you'd do the humane thing and tell my friends and family where they could find me.
Your family has no reason to worry. They think you'll be out of town for a while.
How long do you think they're going to go along with that story? You know, eventually they're going to begin to wonder. Ursula.
Come here to the window, Tina.
I'd rather not.
It wasn't a request.
Okay, fine, I'm here. What is it you want me to look at this time? The sea, the rocks, maybe the ancient mariner. I bet he's a friend of yours, too,
Be
right?
quiet. This is a very solemn occasion. For all of us.
What do you mean solemn, and what exactly is in this thing?
The most precious thing on earth. The ashes of our lover, Dr. Patrick London. It's time we honored him.
Excuse me, sir. Miss Kramer to see you.
Asa, I just wanted to say how sorry I am to hear about Dee Dee.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Melinda. Please, come in. Thank you, Nigel.
It's a tremendous loss. I mean, not just for Bo, but the whole family.
Yes, it's been that. You didn't know Dee Dee, did you?
Well, no, but I heard wonderful things about her, and I've always been so fond of the Buchanans. Is there anything I can do?
It's funny. Everybody says that. I wish there was. Please, sit down.
Oh, thank you. Well, at least it seems like the whole family has come together at Landview to help out. You not only have the Buchanans, but the O'Neills and Becky Lee, I hear.
Here we've kind of circled the wagon, so to speak. Pete O'Neill and I are even getting along. And the O'Neill sisters have been a great comfort.
And Becky Lee, now I know how much she's always meant to you.
Yeah, she came here with her son. Since they've been around, things, well, they've been quite lively around here.
That's Becky Lee, lively. And we're not the only two that think that either.
What are you saying?
Every single day, we get letters for Becky Lee. People asking about her. Her loyal fans want to know, is she still singing? Is she going to devote herself to motherhood? Does she love Tennessee?
Well, I wish you'd tell her loyal fans to, you know, kind of mind their own business.
Well, actually, Asa, I don't know what to tell them. I was hoping you could tell me.
She's content. She lives a quiet life with her son. And is that good enough?
Well, yes.
Oh, right now she's out riding with Bo and Drew, and I think her favorite nail polish is blushing pink. Anything else?
Look, I don't mean to pry. This is just a sympathy call.
You are a TV journalist like Dorian. When you come around, you want more.
Asa, that's not fair. However, However, at a more opportune time, I would like to talk with Becky Lee and invite her to be on the show. Could you tell me when a good time might be?
Oh, I think so. When the devil puts on a pair of ice skates.
Oh, come on, Asa. Now, she's a performer. She's a veritable legend at the Grand Ole Opry. People want to see her.
Becky Lee is family. This family's been through too much pain for me to allow you to stick cameras into their lives. They need peace and quiet and learn to live together in private.
All I'm asking is that...
All you're asking is this, and Becky Lee will not be on your show or any others. You got that?
Well, I think that Becky Lee deserves the right to make her own choice.
That is it. Nigel, Melinda, this is a house in mourning. You want to do business, you go to the service entrance. Nigel, you there?
Yes, Mr. Buchanan.
Miss Kramer is leaving. Show her the way out.
It's all right, Nigel. I think Ace is a little bit upset about the service. I assume the rest of the family is too.
I beg your pardon, ma'am, but Mr. Buchanan...
Yes, I know. I'm leaving. Mr. Buchanan did say that Becky Lee was going riding. Do you know which way she went?
I'm sorry, madam, but my orders are...
Who's asking about my mother?
Well, I was. Oh, my goodness. You must be Drew.
Yeah, that's me, Drew Wild. Who are you?
At another time, Patrick's ashes might have been considered as precious as holy relics.
How did you get those?
Oh, the director of the mortuary was very accommodating. He couldn't deny the request of Patrick's widow.
Widow? You mean you told him
What
that...
choice did I have? If I hadn't rescued these ashes, they might have ended up in a common grave. And after all, no one loved Patrick like you and I do.
Look, I want you to listen to this. I did not love Patrick, and I certainly do not want anything to do with his ashes.
Well, maybe it'll help if you just think of them as the final residue of his physical manifestation.
I'd like to think of them in the fireplace, or maybe being swept up by a broom.
How can you talk of him like that?
Because he was a lunatic, Ursula, and so are you if you think that I am going to honor his memory. Look, keep his ashes, keep his pictures, I don't care, keep his socks. Just let me go home.
But this is your home, Tina. The home you share with Patrick.
He is dead. Look, all that's left of him is the dust and that little thing. Don't you see that? Maybe you're happy spending the rest of your life and sharing it with a bunch of ashes, but I don't want to.
You be quiet. It is disrespectful for us to argue in front of him like this.
Oh, gee, I'm so sorry. Oh, Patrick, I am so sorry. Are you comfortable in there, huh? Can I get you a piece?
Your humor is very out of place.
Well, so is this. Would you just get it away from me?
Well, he won't be here long, so don't worry. Won't be here in this form anyway. I've brought you back to the sea, Patrick. Look, the sun is ready to set. It's a fitting moment, isn't it? Here you are with the two women who shared the last days of your life with you. How right that we should be the ones to give you the freedom you always wanted. Open the window, Tina. What? Don't break the spell. Open it. Your turn.
What exactly do you think she's done?
Nothing. I am the professional. He's the amateur. It's your job to keep in step with me.
Hold it. Okay. Max, what is your complaint?
I know the lines, and she doesn't. Now, maybe I'm being a little bit old-fashioned about this, but I figure since you pay someone to write this stuff, the least I can do is say the right words.
No argument there.
Well, apparently there is. Every time we do a scene, Meryl Streep here changes her lines. Every time she's paraphrasing her dialogue or she's inventing something completely new. I mean, Marilyn and I can't follow this. We can't keep our timing, can't follow the cues. We're left here with egg on our face fending for ourselves.
Did I say amateur? Make that rank amateur. I am trained to go for the truth in the scene, not to cross every T and to dot every I. Marilyn, will you please explain to this novice here that it's not necessary to hold on to the words? Unless, of course, you're drowning.
Look, if it's all the same to everybody, I'd like to stay out of this.
Wise move.
Well, fine, Randy, then you tell him. Either he does it our way, or he can go back to that puny little hotel of his and count his towels.
Megan, his way is the right way.
What?
I pay someone to write this dialogue, and I pay you to do it accurately and, as Max says, correctly, with conviction.
Thank you, Randy. Us amateurs need all the support we can get.
Ask him if he can pick it up from Roxanne's entrance in the big kiss.
Kiss? Oh, no, I'm not...
Hey, you're a pro. You can handle that, right?
Do it.
Let's go from 237, Roxanne's entrance.
237.
Floor is ready, and action.
Todd, I didn't see you at the game, and I... Tiffany, what are you doing here?
Me? Oh,
Your sister was helping me cram for my final.
Oh. Well, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. My boyfriend and my sister all so close.
Oh, better. Much, much better.
Mrs. Patrick London? I give you my word for what it's worth. I've never heard of such a person.
As you say, for what it's worth.
Cord, I'm trying to help you, but you must believe me. I knew Patrick better than anyone. I had to in order to complete our plan.
So what you're telling me, as far as you know, Patrick London was never married, not even those 5 years he was away in Africa.
No, there was only one woman in the world for Patrick, and that was Kate. Obviously, someone is going around playing some sort of gruesome joke, pretending to be his wife.
That's what's so strange. See, I was worried when Tina didn't show up
at Dee Dee's funeral. Incidentally, I sent a donation to the hospital in lieu of flowers. Anonymously, of course, so as not to offend the family. Oh, really, Cord? I'm not a total monster. But go on.
Tina was last seen over at Swenson's mortuary. That's where she went to see Patrick's remains.
That's odd. You'd think that's the last place she'd go.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. According to the funeral director, she disappeared with the woman who was supposedly Mrs. Patrick London. I went back there a little bit later, and this woman was there. She went to pick up Patrick's ashes. When I talked to the funeral director, he told me about her. I chased her out, but she'd already disappeared. Elizabeth, what is it? You know something. If you know something, tell me now. Don't hold it back from me.
I thought it did occur to me, but it just seems so wild. Describe this Mrs. London for me.
I didn't see very well. She had this veil over her face. What's so wild? Well, what's your wild idea?
Well, when Patrick was at the Lanyard Clinic in California, there was a young woman who worked there, a office clerk, I think she was. I was told that she fell madly in love with him.
Well, how did he feel about her?
At that point, Patrick had no feelings. He lived for revenge and nothing more. But apparently, this young woman became very upset when Patrick left the clinic.
Do you know what her name was?
No, I don't remember that, but I'm sure if you contacted the clinic or asked the police to trace it.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you for the clue. I know what to do from here.
You have really lost it here.
Lost it? Tina, I found it. The sublime peace that passeth all understanding. And you can too, Tina, once you bid our Patrick farewell.
Look, I want you to get this straight, all right? I am not going to touch Patrick's ashes, and I am certainly not going to throw them out to the sea, all right? I mean, it is really grody.
No, you mustn't give in to conventional sentiment now, Tia. Patrick's love for us was sacred. And since you're carrying his baby, you must return his love with equal dedication.
Would you just keep that away from me?
Do this final act for Patrick.
You know what I would like to do for Patrick? Fine. Okay.
For Patrick. There. That wasn't so hard now, was it?
Crunch and Munch, popcorn and peanuts covered with...
Well, it's so nice to finally meet you, Drew.
Yeah, Nigel didn't seem too keen about leaving us alone together. I thought you said you were a friend of the family.
I am. I'm sure the butler was just being a little overcautious because of the celebrity in the house. I mean, your mother.
You know my mom?
Oh, well, who doesn't? Tennessee isn't the only place that happens to like country music, you know. We love it in the East. The whole country loves it.
You know, I keep telling her that, but she says she's had it with show business.
You mean she's not going to perform anymore? Oh, that would be a tremendous loss.
You think so too, Miss Kramer?
Melinda, please.
Melinda, well, I wish you'd tell her that about it being a loss and everything. I mean, I keep telling her she owes it to her fans to go back on tour. But she says that the closest she wants to get to show business is, well, the recording studio. Because she thinks I'm some baby she has to bounce on her knee.
And a big, brash baby, if you ask me.
Becky Lee.
Hi, Melinda. They didn't tell me that you were here.
Well, I'm just here to offer condolences to Bo and Asa.
Yes.
And she stayed and talked to me, and I think we agree.
Oh, really? About what?
Well, Melinda's got a TV show.
Oh, Dorian's old show, View on Landview. We've completely revamped it, and...
And they want you to come on the show and sing.
Are you my agent now? What is this?
Well, why not? You don't do any hustling yourself.
Oh, no. Becky Lee Wilde does not have to hustle. There is a whole audience out there just dying to see you again. Well, what do you say? Would you be on the show?
Say yes, Mom.
I think it's very flattering that you think your fans would even remember me.
Remember you? You must be kidding. I mean, you were a big star here in Landview, even before Nashville ever heard of you. The people would just love to see you again. They've been waiting a long time.
So you're gonna do it, right?
Oh, it's flattering and very tempting. Honey, I don't think this is the right time. I mean, we're in mourning for Dee Dee, and we're supposed to be going back to Tennessee in a day or two, remember?
Well, Mom...
Honey, you're the one that keeps wanting to get out of here. I mean, I'm just trying to, make you happy.
You want to make me happy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make a deal. You've been saying how you want me to stay here in Landview and get to know Bo better, right?
Well, yes, but
okay. So, I'm saying I'll stay another week. And in return, you go on Melinda's show.
You drive a hard bargain, Drew Wilde.
Well, I'm a tough man. Is it a deal?
It's a deal.
Excuse me, do I hear some good news over here?
Well, we've decided to accept your offer, Melinda, but that's barring proper negotiations, of course.
Drew, please.
Well, you keep telling me I'm a Buchanan, and if I am, I'm going to get the best deal I can.
Don't you worry, Mr. 10%. She'll get a great deal, but WVLE is going to get the best deal because our ratings are going to go right through the roof. Thanks, Becky. And my goodness, Drew, well, it's a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
What about loyalty? What about love? This is about love. I love Todd. And is it my fault that he prefers me to my sister?
I'd like to say something.
Stay out of this. And I thought you were the one person that I could trust in this world. I let you borrow my clothes, share my room. I even let you read my private diary. But that wasn't enough for you, was it, Tiffany? No. Now you want the man I love.
He wants me, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Look, I hate to interrupt this.
Not now. So, you want to fight over a man? All right, you're on. I'm not sure he's worth it, but I know I am. And I'm never going to let you take something away from me that belongs to me. Never again. From now on, this is war, Tiffany.
Fine with me. And you know what they say about love and war. All's fair.
Cut. That's a wrap, everybody.
Not bad. Not bad. We were great.
Wait, what about me? What am I, Chop Kevin Klein?
Not now, Max.
Excellent work. Excellent work. Very nice scene. And Megan, thank you. You took my note, you ran with it.
Well, I can take some suggestions when they're given to me by the producer or the director.
Randy, do you think I played Tiffany a little too tough in that last scene?
No, not at all. But we are going to change something tomorrow, and I do want to talk to you about it.
In a public place.
How's the commissary?
Fine. You're on.
All right. After you.
Bye.
Good night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for your help, Marilyn.
You're welcome.
I just want to say that you were very good in that last scene.
Oh, what's this? Megan Gordon is conceding defeat?
Just acknowledging some good actors' instincts. But my point was well taken, too. Acting takes a lot more than just memorizing your lines. You have a lot of talent, Max, but you have to learn your craft, too. That is, unless, of course, you're too conceited to admit that you could use some improving.
Oh, no. I'm the first to admit I've got a lot to learn. From the directors and Mary Lynn and Randy. And you. That last scene you did was a lesson in itself.
Well, thank you.
Megan, look, you know, I wasn't just saying all that to be nice. For the first time, I see that there's a lot you can teach me. How about dinner at my hotel tonight?
Dinner? You're asking me for a date?
No, of course not. I mean, we're too professional for that. I have to go back to the hotel anyway, and I thought it'd be the perfect place, you know, like for an acting lesson or something. I mean, I'd accept any pointers you'd care to give me.
You would?
Huh?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Holden. I'm not your private trainer. Besides, I see you far too much on the set as it is. Good night.
You come back here! You come back! Oh, you get away from that door! Help you come away from that door! Help! Don't you ever do something like that again!
That old man saw me. He's gonna tell.
You must be hallucinating. Look, grieving people often have that problem.
No,
there was no old man.
You are the one that is insane, not me. There's an old guy in a wheelchair right out there. I saw him.
What wheelchair?
Look, he was right there in the doorway. You can't tell me I'm inventing this. I've heard noises coming from upstairs, noises and voices. Just how many people are in this lighthouse with us?
There's no one here except the three of us. You, me, and Patrick's memory. A memory that you desecrated with your stupid, selfish behavior.
I wish I'd thrown those ashes in the trash where they belong, right at the very beginning.
The beautiful ceremony that I had planned was ruined by you. And now, you'll have to be punished.
Punished? What are you talking about? Isn't locking me up in here with you enough punishment?
I want you to pick up every speck of Patrick's remains and return them to the container. In the meantime, I will think of a proper punishment to fit your crime.
Oh, you can't be serious. You don't really...
Enough! You have mocked the memory of the greatest man alive. And now I want you to make it up to him.
Hey, Sarah. Sorry I'm late. I got a real good excuse this time.
Don't even bother. Nothing is going to spoil this evening alone with you tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid something is. As I said, I got a good reason for being late. Same reason I need to get out of here. I can't have dinner with you right now.
Tina.
Yeah, I went over to Landfair after the funeral. I talked to Brenda about this friend of Tina's that called and said that she was going to be out of town for a couple of days.
So what did Brenda say?
She went along with Tina's story, and I didn't think Brenda was lying to me or anything.
I don't think Brenda would lie to you.
No, I didn't think so, but she went along with Tina's story just the same. She said the last time she saw Tina was when she went over to the mortuary to pay her last respects to Patrick, which didn't make any sense. So I went over there, I checked it out myself, and I talked to the funeral director, and that's when things really got strange. It turns out that there was a woman there who was supposedly Mrs. Patrick London.
I didn't know Patrick had a wife.
Yeah, well, he didn't. But what really scares me is that Tina supposedly disappeared with this woman.
Well, did you talk to the woman and ask her about Tina?
No, I didn't. When I was talking to the funeral director, Mr. Swenson, he was telling me about how the woman was there and who she was. By the time I went to track her down, she was gone. I couldn't catch up with her. And she had taken off with Patrick's ashes, and for all I know, Tina could be with her right now.
Well, I don't think we need to jump to that conclusion just yet. Thank you.
Thank you. There was something really strange about this woman, Sarah. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but whatever it is, I'm gonna have to check it out.
What is there to check out? Tina's friend called and said she was going to be out of town for a few days.
Yeah, but I just don't buy that. I know Tina. She wouldn't take off and leave little Clint alone without checking on it and making sure that she was taken care of personally.
Just like now you have to check and make sure that she's all right personally.
That's right. Look, well, you're angry, right? All right, I can't say I blame you.
All right, look, if there's something wrong with Tina and you don't go check it out, you'll never forgive yourself. And I'll never forgive myself, so go on. Go do your stuff.
You don't mind, really?
Yes, I mind, really. I miss you already. But you have to follow your instincts, I guess. And aside from your curly hair, that's one of the things I love most about you.
Thanks, you're great for understanding. I don't know what to say.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Thank you. You're the best.
Let me take a guess. It wasn't the mock turtle soup. Could it? No. It wasn't the shrimp remoulade. Could it be that special that keeps creeping up onto the menu called Tina Lord Roberts?
Right, as always, Max. Look, I'm sorry, but it looks like you're going to have another table in your restaurant tonight. You've been stood up again.
A momentary problem, which has an easy answer, if you'll allow me to join you for dinner. Hey, come on. Between you and me, Cord doesn't know he's missing.
Max, between you and me, Why not?
Now, this old guitar's been mighty lonely in this case. But don't worry, we're gonna take it out, polish it up, and it'll be just as good as new. You're not gonna regret this.
I already regret this, Drew.
Well, I think this is the perfect opportunity, this Landview TV thing, to get you right back in again.
To get me right back in.
In again to what? To what? Touring? Long tours that go on forever? Staying up late in some lonely motel room somewhere?
What about the fans and the smiles and the applause? I know how much you miss singing.
Well, I admit I've missed a little bit. But, honey, we've had a nice, quiet life, and I've loved that. No, I think I'm just going to call Melinda and tell her that I'm canceling out.
Well, you can't do that. You gave your word. And besides, we have a deal.
A deal? What kind of a deal, Drew?
Oh, well, this nice lady was here today, Melinda Kramer, and she has a TV show, and she asked Mom to come on the show and sing.
She did what? Of all the low-life, two-faced, underhanded...
Wait, whoa, what is the bird that got under your saddle?
Melinda Kramer, that's what. Nigel, get in here.
Yes, Mr. Buchanan. Is something wrong?
You're damn right there's something wrong. You call Melinda Kramer. You tell her to hustle her hustling backside back here. And she's gonna pay for double-crossing Asa Buchanan and his family.
You still here? I was sure you'd be the first one in your car rushing home to see Wade.
Well, I was on my way out when the production assistant handed me these. Fan mail.
You're first?
Yeah. Is it silly of me to get so excited about it?
Silly? Are you kidding? I remember my first fan letter. I still have it tucked away in my scrapbook. It means that you've been noticed. That you've made an impression on the people out there.
Of course, sometimes it's not the most favorable impression.
I've heard about those letters. But so far, these are all very nice. Like this man in Ohio, he wants me to send him a picture. And so does this woman in New Mexico. Do you think I should respond? I mean, I'd appreciate any information that you can give me about
Oh, you know all the important things. You are responsible to your fans. They make you or they break you. I would do more than just send a letter and a picture. Ask your fans to send a picture in return.
You mean make it more of an exchange?
Exactly. It humanizes you and glamorizes them. Bottom line, you get more fan mail. And you know what that means. The producers see how popular you are. Voila, you get great storylines.
You know, Megan, you know a lot about show business. But I wonder...
You wonder what?
Tell me if this is none of my business, but I wonder if it's really enough for you.
It's a 24-hour job.
Yes, I know, but you can't do it all the time. You must get lonely.
Well, I have my fan mail, too, and my red sports car in the parking lot, my condo, my beach house on the shore. Well, I don't need a man in my life, if that's what you're implying.
Oh, I see. So that's why you give Max such a hard time.
Max? What's that got to do with anything?
Oh, any fool can see he's a fan of yours, too.
Max Holden? Oh, he picks a fight with me every time we're together.
Like I said, you two give off sparks.
What you call sparks, I call bad vibes.
Megan, you know a lot about show business, and I know a little about love and romance. Max likes you. And if you give him a chance, who knows? He might be almost as fun as your condo. Well, I better hurry home to see Wade. I'll see you tomorrow.
What? Oh, yes, tomorrow. Oh, Jay!
Look, if you hated your hair today, we'll try the 3 millionth combination tomorrow. Good night, Megan.
Oh, no, but I loved what you did with my hair today.
You did? Honestly?
Honestly. Oh, well, in fact, I was hoping that you had time for a little emergency touch-up. I have a dinner date tonight.
That's fine, Rob. All four. Thanks. Very good. Look, I can understand why you have your doubts about Cord, especially where Tina's concerned.
Well, I thought I explained that to you. I mean, Cord's very worried about Tina. I can't ask him to put those feelings on hold.
Another woman might, in your place. Matter of fact, another woman did.
You're talking about Kate, right?
Uh-huh.
Cord doesn't talk about her very often.
Nope.
Did you know her very well?
Well enough to know that she never quite could handle the Tina equation.
What is the Tina equation?
Well, come on, you must have it memorized by now. Cord plus another woman should equal 2. But it always equals 3 because there's always Tina.
All right, I will admit I'm not particularly crazy about the way she has of interrupting just when things are going well between Cord and me. But, Max, I'd like to think that I can handle it.
Ah, but why should you have to?
All right, let me put the question to you this way. Now, Cord and Kate didn't make it, right?
Right, but whose fault is that?
Well, that's what I mean. Now, it's easy to say that it was Tina's fault or that it was Cord's. But what about Kate? I mean, she knew what she was getting herself into. Cord has never hidden his feelings for Tina. In fact, I think there's a part of him that's always going to feel responsible for her.
Yeah, but you don't understand. Tina has always been able to trade on those feelings, making you feel like she was completely helpless. And then she gets in one jam after another, and you end up rescuing her.
Wait a minute. I think that whole rescuing business is one of the things that attracted you the most.
Attracted? Do you think I liked rescuing her from some Italian giant in a clock tower, or having to fly off to South America to pluck her out of the jungle? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. My only complaint wasn't me. She wanted to be her Galahad.
That's an honest answer from a very honest man.
Where?
Max, you are a very good friend to me, and I'll tell you, if I ever needed a Galahad...
I'll be your second choice. I know.
Anyway, speaking of damsels in distress, and I'm not the only one. Either is Tina. Take my sister Megan, for instance.
You take Megan, please, but I'm bummed.
All right, Max, you can joke all you want. But I happen to think that Megan likes you a lot more than she lets on.
Sarah, please. I've just gone through a whole afternoon of dealing with Megan's contempt for me. Is it okay if we don't bring her up? I'll tell you what, we won't bring up Tina or Cord. We'll just concentrate on cheering each other up tonight. What do you think? Here, toast. To friendship.
To friendship.
Asa, it is not Melinda's fault. Look, she asked if I wanted to be on the show, and Drew practically jumped at the idea.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Melinda gave a little push. Becky Lee, I do not want you to be used like that.
I'm not being used. Look, if it makes him happy to see his mother in the spotlight for one day, I'm happy to oblige him.
You don't get the point, Becky Lee. This family has been through hell, not just today, but for months. And I am going to protect my family from the prying eyes of the public.
Oh, Asa, these aren't prying eyes. This is a one-shot deal on a local program. That's all.
Melinda's idea of a one-shot deal will turn into a three-ring circus. And her so-called journalist friends had better learn to respect our privacy or else.
Or else what, Asa? I came at the request, a rather nasty request, I might add, of your butler. Not because I had to, but out of respect for Becky Lee.
Respect? I mean, what do you, Sam Hill, do you know about
Asa,
respect?
please,
Just please,
calm down.
Becky Lee, do me a favor. Leave us alone. I would like to talk to Ms. Kramer alone.
I'm sorry.
Don't you dare apologize to her, Becky Lee. The one should be apologizing is you.
Why'd you... Now, I know what you're thinking, and I had absolutely no intention of trying to take advantage of your family's loss.
That is what you're doing, Melinda. I will not allow it.
If you just allow me to explain myself, I had no intention of pushing Becky Lee in front of the camera so soon. I was going to wait at least a week before I scheduled the appearance.
You will wait till hell freezes over.
Well, you know, it seems to me that if Becky Lee wants to sing and give this interview, there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Would you like to bet the farm, ma'am?
You know, you may run half the country, but you don't run WVLE, and you certainly don't run my show, and I'll ask anybody on that show I damn well please.
Maybe now. But in a week from now, you will not have a show to run, Ms. Kramer.
Oh, is that a threat?
No, no threat. I'm buying back WVLE from Joanna Layton. And when I take over, my first job is to fire you.
I cannot believe this girl. I mean, Tina can make any man, even some giant in a clock tower, fall in love with her.
Well, that's always been her gift. Or her curse, depending upon how you look at it. Anyway, her power over men hasn't made her any happier than it's made us. Or, I mean, them.
So you're over her?
Completely. Well, as much as any man can ever be over Tina. But, I mean, she's trying to change. Growing up, I don't know. Maybe having had the kid is going to help. I don't know.
You don't think there's any reason for me to worry about Cord and her?
No, I think as long as Tina's involved, you should be worried. But if you ask me, it doesn't look like you're on the same roller coaster ride with Cord that Kate asked off of.
Well, that's just it, Max. I mean, I really don't want to ask off. As a matter of fact, I'd like to find a way to stay on till the end of the ride.
Well, then just keep on doing what you're doing. Of course, if one day you realize that maybe you're just too good for this guy...
I didn't know you better, Max. I'd say you were flirting with me.
I am. But I know a lost cause when I see one. Wow.
What? Wow is right. I'll tell you, when my sister decides to put on the dog, I end up feeling like a dish rag. Megan, Megan.
Sarah, what are you doing here?
Well,
She's having dinner with me. Some people happen to think I make good company. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
all right, you two, now just stop.
Tell her. She probably came over here to give me a lecture on acting.
I would, but I can't imagine wasting my breath on that. Besides, I have to meet my date.
Date?
Meg, that's great. Who's the lucky guy?
Oh, you don't know him. He's new and nice, and he knows how to treat a lady. Please, don't let me interrupt.
We won't. Night-night.
I have been through to the waterfall, being seduced by Mitch Lawrence, being in prison, going on trial, everything. Sweeping up the ashes of Patrick London has got to be the worst. There. Out of sight. Ha! Out of mind. Oh, now what do I put in the box? Ashes, dust to dust.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Come on. Come up here.
Whoa, what?
She's gone. Ursula, I mean. Come upstairs.
Where?
In the hall.
Who are you?
Never mind who I am. Do like I say. The key to the gate is in the green jar in the bookcase. Unlock the gate and come upstairs.